All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
A brand new year of belief begins here in Adelaide. We kick off from Coopers Stadium in 2026 and a beautiful sunny day in Adelaide with a fascinating contrast battle in the Ninja A-League. The defending champions roll into town with momentum, confidence and goals in their boots against an Adelaide side written off by many but suddenly alive after a 5-goal statement win last week. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Adelaide for this afternoon's match. There have been a few matches already this weekend, including a thriller between the Brisbane Roar and Wellington Phoenix. 2-2 with Phoenix stealing a point in the final moments. An incredible screw-back goal from long distance from Brooke Nunn. One to watch the highlights for. Of course, Melbourne City plays Sydney FC concurrently this afternoon. So the Mariners are third on the table and they look every bit the standard setters again. They are fresh off an important win against Brisbane Roar and they enter the new year with their star striker Annalise Rasmussen level at the top of the Golden Boot race. But Adelaide United, they brought the fans out and those fans, they don't need reminding how dangerous this competition can be when the momentum swings. They are second from the bottom of the table, yes, but last week they reminded everyone what this team looks like when it clicks. It was 5 goals, a win with confidence restored in a 5-2 win over the Western Sydney Wanderers. Proof that the pieces can fall into place. And this is a team that threatens to surprise everyone today. Central Coast Mariners edging Brisbane in that 3-2 win on New Year's Eve. Their star striker, as I mentioned, Rasmussen, she's on fire. 7 goals from 7 shots. And on top of the ladder for Golden Boot. So here's a look at how Adelaide will line up. Coach Theo Siunas has made no changes to the squad that faced the Western Sydney Wanderers. And why would you? That 5-2 win, their biggest of the season. Erin Healy, the American import star striker for Adelaide, has been in fine form. She scored a brace last week and the coach said after the match, she has been so consistent. She is hard to nullify, finds space and finishes well. She's the full package and he hopes she's going to have impact today. Just one change for the Mariners today. Quilligan drops to the bench while Avani Prakash gets the start. The 18-year-old young Matildas regular had an impressive game against Adelaide when they faced off in round 1. And the coach, Corey Babington, may have taken notice. Thinks that's going to be the same case today. And there is a look at Annalise Rasmussen, the superstar Mariners Academy product in outstanding form. Bagged 2 goals last week. She's had 7 goals from 7 shots on target and earned her first call up to a national team for the under-23s last year. Has her eye on a late run at the Asian Cup for the Matildas. Theo Siunas, the coach of Adelaide, in his first year at the helm of the club. After last week's win, he said to score 5 goals in any game is outstanding. That win came at precisely the right time. They've had positive moments in games that previously lacked the final product, and last week it all came together. Big thank you to our head referee, Izzy Cooper. She's assisted by Paula Orlandi today, and Claire Green. Our 4th official is Daniel Elder. Here's Corey Babington, also in his first year as a head coach of an A-League women's side. He's picking up right where the championship-winning Emily Husband left off. Kept the team at the top of the ladder. Well, thereabout. They're on 3rd, but they've had 4 wins, 2 draws, and just the 3 losses. Despite all the changes in the team, he is managing, and these young players have really stepped up with confidence under his leadership. So Zoe Toland from Adelaide in her 50th game was a key starter last season, played almost every minute of the campaign in what was a breakout year. Also earned the A-League Women's Rising Star Award for her team, playing in her 50th today. Congratulations to Zoe. So these two teams met in round one, and it was a 3-0 Mariners win. But if this season has taught us anything, history guarantees nothing. A new year arrives with new questions for Adelaide. Can Adelaide's attack announce their season and start it right now, or can the Mariners under Taryn King keep the goals flowing? There's a look at Adelaide's keeper, Ilona Malag. The 17-year-old played last week against the Western Sydney Wanderers in her debut game for the club. Apparently has huge potential, according to Theo Siunas, and has been training really well, given the opportunity and took it with both hands. So a new year, new energy, defending champions in yellow and blue, and a wounded and hungry Adelaide side in red who are desperate to climb. 90 minutes to shape the rest of the season, and it is the Mariners that are going to attack first. Strap in. This one has Edge written all over it. My name's Kate Allman. Pleasure to be calling the action with you from Coopers Stadium in Adelaide. Here's Taranto with some early touches. Beautiful midfield run. Goes straight through Avani Prakash. Taranto continues. Has a shot through with nowhere near enough power, but causing chaos in the midfield, and that's what she loves to do, Adriana Taranto. Mariners have to go backwards to get out through Annabelle Martin, backbone of the team, an experienced defender under pressure. Stolen by the Reds. Condon can move forward. She goes backwards instead. Releases to Healy. Cannot get it to Dorber. Izzy Gomez trying to find a way through to the right wing. Here's Baxter Thu. Ball down the wing, interrupted by Adelaide once more. Gomez turns it around for the captain, King. And back to their goalkeeper, Annalise Grove, who is playing against her former side, by the way, today. Annalise Grove, the new signing this season, coming across from Adelaide. Played 6 seasons for the Reds, made 53 appearances. Has been known in Adelaide right here for many years for some impressive saves. Healy turning on the ball, delivers back to McNamara. Now Dorber. Healy has the top number of goals for the Adelaide Reds, 3 goals. It's a race to collect deep in Mariners territory, and there's Healy. A header and a 1-on-1 goal shot against the goalkeeper last week. Full package, says the coach. So Mariners are going to have to do their best to nullify the threat that is Erin Healy today. Prakash rising, earns a free kick.
Shoulder. Hey, the free, drop off one.
Curling ball backwards, sends Taryn King to retreat. She collects, has a lot of space. Tapped forward by Coco DeCipio. DeCipio, also scoring last week, has been really confident for a new player in this team. Has the moxie and the riz of someone far older and more experienced.
Zoe!
Mariners trying to connect back to front. They do get this throw in, and there's Coco DeCipio lurking towards the box. One of the most exciting young players in this Mariners outfit. The Reds want to move out from deep. Taranto surrounded by two Mariners, and Peter Tremis there involved in the duel.
Up. Yes, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea. We got her. No.
So here they go. Baxter through, trying to thread it through to Prakash. That's a lovely ball. Beautifully corralled by Prakash, and the cross is great too. Midfield cross to Coco DeCipio, sets her up at the edge of the box. DeCipio makes a move inside and forces a save by Malak, the 17-year-old. Here's another look. This one difficult to get power on because of the defensive work of Zoe Tolland in her 50th game. But Coco DeCipio, what we love about watching her, she is hungry for goals. Of course, comes across from NPLW in her first season in the A-League. Scored 17 goals at NPLW level. No wonder she got noticed. Has been parading around for the Bulls Academy, getting into the net more often than not. And here come the Adelaide Reds on the other side. Dorber has to use the footwork. Oh, that's disappointing, as Emily Hodgson can't collect on the way through, but they will get the throw in. Here's Paige Zoyce. Taranto. Lovely deceptive move to get around DeCipio. Now Taranto receives back inside the box, crosses, and it's just too far behind Hodgson. One step too far was Emily Hodgson. Scored her first goal of the season last week against the Wanderers. Would love to add another. Well, here's a look at the work by Adriana Taranto. Got behind two defenders, and it was Toland just running a little too far. Hodgson, my apologies, running a little too far. Taranto pops it forward for Chelsea Dorber. One for Hodgson to run onto. This time she can shoot. And the curling ball goes to the gloves, within reach at least of Annalie Grove's gloves. Would have been almost a perfect cross. It had been slightly further back. Martin has to turn the jets on to keep that in play. Prakash receives and turns so smooth for such a young player. Speaking of young players, Matilda Superstar, now Rasmussen. Rasmussen has a shot directly to the keeper. But Gomez feeding Rasmussen. That is a collaboration you can watch all day. So Rasmussen, who has scored 7 from 7 shots, this would be the first time she's had a shot and not scored, which is an incredible stat to mention. Here's a look at the tangle between Bauman and Taranto. Taranto clipping the ankle. Ball in for Prakash. Prakash has a shot. In fact, Gomez, my apologies, something out of nothing from the throw-in, and now something out of nothing potentially to counter-attack for the Adelaide Reds. Healy, oh, lovely work, the footwork, the razzle-dazzle of the American star. It's picked up by Taranto. No free given. Trimmers can turn things around and put Rasmussen ahead, and it's too good to be true. Right idea, and really close to being onside, but not quite. Just didn't. Oh, that's as close as it gets. The referee obviously has a great angle from where they stand, but here's the previous chance with Gomez going at the keeper. Belted into the back of Peter Trimmis, out from defence for Adelaide Red. She looks to be okay, fortunately. So Adelaide second from the bottom of the ladder, but coming from that 5-2 win against Western Sydney, they have momentum on their side, and this could be a new year. That's certainly what the fans have turned out to see as Hodgson dribbles towards the box. Martin's got to be good here. Hodgson, curling ball, and that goes out. No real danger for Annalee Grove. Grove a little too hot for King. They work it through to DeCipio, and she can burn the defender Toland. DeCipio and Toland in a race. They collapse. And a free kick given for the Mariners. Well, there's some of the hunger that Isabella DeCipio brings. Great defending by Zoe Toland, unlucky there. Held up the play. Mariners with the 3 shots at goal so far. Adelaide just won. Fairly even contest through the first 10 minutes. Referee Izzy Cooper just ensuring the spot and the setup for this free kick is all within the limits of the rules. So Prakash lines up the first set piece potential. Here's the kick. It's low. And it's sent away by the defence. Ilona Malag in goals today for the Adelaide United Reds. Her first game last week let in 2 goals, but they did get the win. And potentially Theo Siunas, the coach, is just looking for a different look for his team, trying to switch things up. Starting a new goalkeeper. They obviously have had a tough start to the season after what was a record-breaking season for Adelaide last year. Made finals for the first time and also had an 11-game unbeaten run. A record set. Prakash handles the ball so well. Popped over the top for DeCipio, but it's booted away in time by Melag. So here comes Lorena Bauman for the Mariners, trying to pop it in behind the defence of Adelaide Reds. Mariners seem to be able to get in behind the defensive line a little too easily right now. That needs to be cleaned up by the Reds defence. Here's a look at what I'm talking about. In behind the space allowed for Ivani Prakash to pop it over and Isabella DeCipio, Coco DeCipio to run on. That needs to be tightened if the Reds are going to stay a 0-0 battle. Here's Peter Trimmis. Trimmis knocks it around, tries to get the cross, couldn't cleanly take it. Could Ivani Prakash. Now it's booted out of danger by the defence of Adelaide. Annabelle Martin going down and clutching her left ankle there. Well, in a contest with Erin Healy, and received a little bit of love from the right elbow. If you look carefully at that, I think she will be okay. Certainly fans hope so. She's such a big part of this team, Annabelle Martin. Martin to throw in to Prakash. The 1-2. Looking for Trimmis to run onto it, and Trimmis has the wheels. The cross was good, but it's intercepted by Adelaide. They turn things around. Great defence. Hodgson lines up the wing, and Dorber is there. And she sends it into touch. Here's a look at the opportunity, and Peter Trimmis, her weapon is pace. It kills, speed does, and that is exactly what the Mariners need to look at exploiting. The gaps in behind with the speed of the youngsters they have up front could be a lethal weapon in this contest. King trying to head it out of danger for her defensive line. Oh, great touch by Prakash around the back. Ivani Prakash has been very impressive this season with the Mariners. The way she handles the ball, and still so young, so much potential, 18 years old. Here's an opportunity for Matilda McNamara to run onto. Got to keep it in play, does so. One player to beat. A mishandle. Both teams think they get that. It will be a goal kick for the Mariners. So Grove and Baxter Thew can't get it out of danger. Chelsea Dorber finds the ball at her feet deep in Mariners territory. Thew boots it away. In fact, that's Greta Krasula. My apologies to Thew. Here's another chance for Adelaide, but that has been sent to no man's land. Melissa Taranto looking for a runner on the right. The Taranto twins, of course, a new signing in red colours this year. It was last week they started to really show how powerful they can be assisting in goals in the midfield. When the two Taranto twins collaborate, if they're having a game, you don't want to be on the other end of it. You want to be on their side. Here's Mel Taranto with a free. She leaves it behind for a teammate. Here's a look at the tangle, and clearly Krasula had a little bit of an arm on the back of the Adelaide player. Emily Condon there. Hodgson intercepts. Dorber, ball at her feet, eyes up, looking for the cross. Oh, really important save by the captain there. Mariners defense coming up big. Booted back into the danger zone. And it's stolen away by Coco DeCipio. Greta Krasula playing alongside her captain, Taryn King, has more touches than any other player in the team. A really high passing accuracy as well. She dominates the stat sheet at the back. An opportunity for Adelaide. That's too hot to handle. Goes over the top. Oh, King with a soft pass. It's jumped upon by Taranto. Taranto and DeCipio go at it. The cross goes to Krasula's head, but Taranto can recollect and just lets it get too far away from her. Still, Reds in possession. Mel Taranto. Tipped it forward, looking for a striker to run onto. Dorber can't collect, and it goes back to the Mariners' feet. Few messy exchanges here. Lost ball now in the hands of the Reds and at the feet of Erin Healy. Now Hodgson. Tolan sends one up the wing, trying to start something. Here's Mel Taranto. McNamara. And that's missed the target in Erin Healy. Trimus with a nice touch on to Rasmussen, who collaborates with Prakash. She can't be on target for Gomez. Nice piece of play otherwise. See the opportunity lining up for the Mariners there. The fans in Adelaide getting a little vocal. They want to see some action. Here's an opportunity for Healy. Too long. Of course, this is part of a doubleheader. The men will play next. Around about when we finish, just after 7 p.m. Central Coast Mariners, Adelaide United, women and then men. What a cracking way to start your new year on a Sunday afternoon. Tiu goes back to the keeper. King trying to exploit those gaps in behind, still can't find them. Here's a look at where the game has been played. Mostly up the middle, 47%, almost half up the middle, and then on the right side, 33%. Here they go on the left, Adelaide through Hodgson. Can't keep her feet and loses possession. Here's Greta Krasula. Coco DeCipio comes into the midfield to try to work things through. Prakash. Nice movement in the midfield by the Mariners, and this is an opportunity for Trimus to run onto. Meleg will let it fall at her feet. A lot of running being done by these strikers for the Mariners. They are falling away in the press right now, but I wonder how long they can keep up the energy. Well, here come the strikers from Adelaide trying to put pressure on the Mariners keeper, Annalie Grove. They've played alongside her. They know her well. No love lost between the former Adelaide keeper and her former strikers. Crisula turning on the ball. Chips over the top and finds Martin. Great placement. Martin, can she do the same for Trimmis? Lovely spin on it. Allows Trimmis to run on. Got to beat one here. Trimmis can continue the run. Curling ball across the face. No one there to turn it in, but Scipio will run after it. And the Mariners will earn their first corner of the match. Well, Peter Trimmis has been so impressive. Has incredible pace and the poise of a much older player. That's what's so impressive about this whole outfit. Here's a cross to the Mariners, headed away by defence. Taranto sends it out of danger. King collects at the back and sends it back to her keeper, Annalie Grove. Here's a look at how the Mariners like to attack, mostly down the right, so a little different to the way the Adelaide side have been playing. Here they go down the right again as Martin steps up to help the attack. She has Trimmis inside. She goes long and across, and the header goes up. Rasmussen looking for another to add to her 7-goal bag on the season. Jumped a little too early. And maybe it was a little too high. But Rasmussen, who has 7 goals already in the Ninja A-League in this single year, could go on top of the Golden Boot ladder if she scores here today. Pressure coming from Trimmis. Got to be quick. Adelaide defence. They get it out. Malag working really well under pressure for a 17-year-old in goals. Martin has to protect herself on the ground again, does so. She looks okay. Keep an eye on her. As we know, she went down with a apparent ankle tweak earlier. Here's Healy. Healy for Adelaide, finds herself in space, her favourite position. One-on-one, and Annalie Grove captures that. So Bauman goes back to the keeper, Annalie Grove, who has played with and alongside Erin Healy for years. Probably knows exactly how she shapes up her shots, having done that in training against each other while they played at Adelaide together. Shots on target for Central Coast 3 versus Adelaide 2 so far. Very even battle. Here's another look at the chance. Erin Healy. Well, she loves this position. One-on-one with the keeper. More often than not, she does get around and find net. This time she didn't. She is always lurking, though, and that's exactly what Coach Theo Siunas loves about her. And that mistake by Annabelle Martin. Thrown out on the full. Not really sure how she managed that. Must have put some impressive spin on it. So Zoyce goes backwards, finds Tonkin, captaining the Reds today. Toland in her 50th. Finds Taranto. Taranto can't get around the tackle of Lorena Bauman. Can keep her footing. Finds her sister. And Prakash comes in to help out the Mariners. Free kick given. Here's the kick from Bauman. It's high for someone to run onto it. Not to any player on her team. Taranto earns a free kick. Coco DeCipio is in the area. Here's the clash that unfolded. DeCipio just getting a little too close from behind. Well, the Reds fans are rising and the momentum is swinging towards Adelaide. A few more attacks in the last few minutes than we've seen all game. Emily Condon manufacturing that one. Gomez. Clever tuck kick. Runs after it and gets the free through a crowd. The referee's going to have a chat about this as well. The captain, Tonkin, being given a warning for her players, potentially impeding the run of Gomez. Of course, Gomez, when she gets out behind defensive lines, can be so lethal. Scored the winner in the grand final. Crowned her club champions of last season. Nice no-look pass by Taranto to Healy. And Healy runs a curving route around Kidd. Taranto, Adriana Taranto sends the cross in. It's headed over and backwards by Dorber. McNamara finds Dorber. Dorber goes back out to Hodgson. And Hodgson sends a flying cross in. Keeper gets there first. Well done by Annalee Grove. Floating balls like this, so dangerous. And the keeper, really well executed dive to prevent any mishaps. Heavy contact, McNamara earns possession for her team. A real battle in the midfield this game right now. Rasmussen back to Gomez. Prakash coming at pace, sends one out to Peter Tremis. Peter Tremis in space. Can't get the net, but they still have possession, the Mariners. Prakash, crossing ball, and finds the hands of Malag. Well, that's as good as an opportunity you can ask for. The Central Coast Mariners with some beautiful build-up play between all of their youngsters. Unable to get on target. Ilona Malag earning her stripes so far. Tonkin under pressure from Rasmussen, releases to the right. And Mariners force a turnover in the midfield again. Rasmussen chipped forward. Gomez at pace. She's going to go herself. Gomez, a one-on-one battle. Has Prakash. Prakash looking for the corner of the netting and goes wide. Here's the earlier chance. Beautifully worked piece of team play. And a great save by Ilona Malag in her second game. And here's the most recent chance. Prakash involved in almost every opportunity. The 18-year-old Been so impressive coming across from Western United. Booming ball over the top for Erin Healy. She can't collect, but Taryn King knows the pressure is coming and sends it into touch. Here's McNamara. Healy can't turn because Coretta Cazula is there with a great tackle. Trimis. Now Cazula. Baxter Thew goes backwards. And look at the left side through Taryn King. Trying to build up here, Mariners trying to find ways through the gaps in the midfield, which is where most of the match is being played. Few chances to get behind the defense. But really, both teams struggling to string together more than a few passes through the middle of the field. A lot of patience in the build-up, though, for the Mariners. Martin, quick throw forward for Trimis. And Trimis just loses a handle on it. Well, they will get the throw in, the Mariners. Just under 10 minutes of regulation for this first half, and it's been a really tight battle so far. On paper, it was one-sided. The Central Coast Mariners third on top of the ladder, and Adelaide lurking at the bottom, second from the bottom, the perennial cellar dwellers facing the defending champions. Martin tees up across in, can't get through Condon. Interrupted by Crisula. McNamara sends one long. Looking for the lurking run of Adriana Taranto. Right idea, not quite executed. DeCipio clashes with an Adelaide defensive player. Zoe Tolland, who was in that clash with DeCipio, sending a long ball forwards. Still trying to find Chelsea Dorber. Here's the clash with Tolland. So much power in DeCipio. Hard to go up against her. Here's Paige Zoyce. Mounting the attack for Adelaide. Dorber through Taranto. Collected by Condon. No goals yet in this match. Minutes away from half-time. Can Adelaide break it open in front of their home fans? Zoyce. Chipping ball outright, finds Taranto in the chest. She can bring it down. That's a great thread through for Condon. And now Dorber. Dorber has a strike. Gets the head of a defender. Trimis for the Mariners can start to go the other way, which is interrupted by a well-timed tackle. She gets herself a well-timed tackle. Trimis sends it inside. Gomez still trying to find that gap in behind with Rasmussen. who is tiring visibly. She has been running all day, Rasmussen, and looked a little puffed out during that attack. Didn't get the timing right on the run, wasn't on the same page with her teammates. Of course, it's pretty perfect weather today. High 20s, mid to high 20s in Adelaide. Not as hot as we have seen some of the matches so far and at this time of the year in other places around, and there's a little bit of breeze. The weather shouldn't be having too much of an impact. Oh, straight in the face, those do sting. Paige Zoyce just copying one there. That's an unlucky falcon for Paige Zoyce. So throw in by Annabelle Martin. Gomez tries to collect, tiptoeing around the ball and loses her footing over the sideline. Hodgson boots it forwards, finds Krasula instead of a red shirt. Mel Taranto, Condon. Finds Adriana Taranto, she can run onto this. Got to beat Bauman. Turns on the Jets. Taranto. And she'll earn her team a corner. That's a great run by Adriana Taranto. First corner of the game by the Adelaide Reds, set up by the experience and pace of Adriana Taranto. Against an experienced defender in Bauman. Wins a little battle. It's every little battle that counts in these tight matches. The Adelaide fans on their feet. Under 5 minutes left in the half. Can they break it open here? It'll be Emily Condon, the veteran Adelaide midfielder, first player to achieve 100 appearances for the club. She swings it in, it goes high and over the top. Ali Groves is not happy about something being communicated with her team. As we take another look at that, just so much spin on it, not quite on target. You wonder if Annalee Grove is having a chat to some of her former teammates. She sends it to a current teammate in Taryn King. Rasmussen in a battle with Tonkin used the body and has a little cheeky grin on her. She knows that was probably a step too far. A little hold and maybe a little bit of hip in the clash. So in the shadows of halftime, Adelaide still trying to mount an attack. Taranto has one defensive player to beat. Goes backwards and it's interrupted by Gomez. Gomez, plenty of space ahead of her, but no teammates to help out. Both the Mariners and Adelaide trying to get in behind defence and possibly find a goal before halftime, before they head into the halftime sheds. It's an important game. The 3 points here really sets up the second half of your season in round 11. Here's Rasmussen. Rasmussen threads it between two players. It's stolen by Zoyce. Gomez. Taranto, an important put in and a free kick. Gomez coming at pace, and hard to tell from the speed of it whether that was, yeah, all ball by Taranto. Just unfortunate. Dorber might have even had a hand in the collision with her teammate. We will have 1 minute of injury time added to this half. Both teams searching for a score before the break. For the Mariners, if they win today, they can go into second on the ladder. And for Adelaide, an important step towards mixing it with the middle of the table. Here's Taranto. Healy. The spark plug. Can she set something up? Taranto. Oh, she's legged outside the box by Taryn King. But in a dangerous area for the defence of the Mariners, and King shakes her head. That was clumsy. Yeah, really late by the captain of the Central Coast Mariners. So the instructions being shouted by Adelaide Grove against her former teammates. They are setting up for what is effectively a corner, a set-piece opportunity. Free kick outside the box, deep in territory. It's Condon to swing it in. Condon goes outside. Zoyce tries to thread it through to Taranto. Zoyce on the volley. And chaos, but Adelaide Grove dives on it. And there's the long whistle. So an arm wrestle for the first 45 minutes of this match. In the new year, Adelaide Reds searching for a way up through the ranks and the ladder, and the Central Coast Mariners trying to establish their dominance at the top. The defending champions play second from the bottom. So half-time here at Coopers Stadium. No goals through the first half. Adelaide United 0, Central Coast Mariners 0. Here's a look at the best moments of the first half. There have been opportunities, that's for sure. The Central Coast Mariners looking to exploit the gaps in behind defence, and Prakash has been involved in just about every opportunity. Set up Isabella Coco DeCipio with this strike. Had a defensive touch on it, which prevented the power from coming through. But you can see the way that Ivani Prakash moves with the ball, very similar in ways to Izzy Gomez, two youngsters that have found themselves in contention for international call-ups, and certainly the eyes of selectors are on them. Gomez, this opportunity, poked forwards and nearly got it past the keeper. Alona Melag in her second game between the sticks has been outstanding. Erin Healy at the other end had this strike, and usually when she's one-on-one, she does find the net. This time she didn't, playing against her former teammate, Annalie Grove, in goals. And late through the first half, it has been a lot of Adriana Taranto crosses, leading to opportunities for the Adelaide Reds. They've been unable to sink this one, the best probably for the Mariners. Prakash taking a left boot strike, and Trimis cannot get past Alona Melag. So goal opportunities galore, but nothing falling to the scoreboard. All of the youngsters showing their worth for the Central Coast Mariners. And here's a look at the stats and how it's played out on paper. Pretty even game. Final third entries just edged in favour of Adelaide United thanks to their momentum late in the half. More passes and very even possession. So that's all for the first 45 minutes. We have a second half coming right up, and it's an important win for both teams. So stay with us. Second half coming your way soon. beautiful sunny day here in Cooper Stadium in Adelaide for a clash between the Central Coast Mariners and Adelaide United. 0-0 is the score currently as we're at half-time. We caught up with Fiona Worts earlier in the week, and let's find out a little bit more about their star striker from Adelaide.
Hi, I'm Fiona Worts. I'm a striker for Adelaide United.
Able to keep the ball through Matos's challenge. Now Fiona Worts! And even though it's only round 2, she is already looking back to her Dolan medal best.
I think I've always had a bit of a thing for Adelaide, for the city and for the club. I think Adelaide feels like home to me, really. Again, the city and the club, just loads of really great people here.
Didn't take her very long to show why she's one of the best attackers in the competition.
I think there's been quite a few challenges as an international player playing in the A-League. I think it's very difficult, someone trying to do back-to-back seasons when the league isn't a full year round and you can't get visas for much longer than your contract. So, you know, trying to live a life when you keep having to up and move becomes very challenging. And again, women's footballers, they don't earn loads of money.
A sublime finish from the English woman who is in phenomenal form.
Trying to do that when you don't have the ability to do other work is difficult. And again, just being so far away from people back home, like there's a lot of things you miss, so there's always a sacrifice to be an international playing football overseas somewhere.
She's been threatening all of this half.
I have a degree in mathematics. The decision, I think very initially was made for me. I kind of got told I couldn't do both, and I did for a while, but then I think just doing both at the same time is very exhausting and you can't really commit fully to either. And that's when I came out to Australia, decided, like, let's just see what happens if I put football first for a bit. I never really planned on not having another career, and I think if like circumstances are a little bit different, I probably would try and do both to a degree still. I'm not going to get to play football forever, so whilst the opportunity's here to do it, I might as well try and do that.
She was absolutely integral last season.
I'd love to lift a trophy with these guys for Adelaide United. I think that would be incredible. I'd love to see a lot of the other girls in the team who are a bit younger than I like go off and do like some really incredible things, and for them it's probably just the beginning. Off the pitch, love to get a visa. It's a work in progress, and I think, you know, once that is settled, then I can start to think about my more professional side away from the pitch. But until then, I'll focus on football.
Dorber cutting it across, and there's the goal! Fiona Worts, instant impact!
Well, someone give Fiona Worts a visa, please. She was the top scorer last year with 11 goals. She's been on the bench to start, but we may see her in the next half. Adelaide and Central Coast Mariners 0-0. Here's a look at the first half and the best moments of this half. It has been an arm wrestle for both teams. No one able to get on the scoreboard, but plenty of great moments, especially for this young attacking side from the Central Coast Mariners. Annalise Rasmussen looking to get on the scoreboard yet another time. She's already got 7 goals, would love to get 8. Erin Healy also at the other end with an opportunity. She's the top scorer this year so far for the Adelaide Reds. Peter Trimmis having a strike. Ilona Melag in goals for Adelaide United has been outstanding, letting nothing in so far and gloving just about everything that comes her way. Avani Prakash having a few strikes and setting up a lot of opportunities. Here's another attempt by Prakash, that one going wide. So Corey Babington must be thrilled with his young star, Avani Prakash. She has been involved in just about every single attack. The new signing came across from Western United last season, 18 years old, a young Matildas regular, and had an incredible game last time they played each other, these two teams. I reckon she just goes off when she sees the red in front of her. And many of the big knowledgeable football heads around the country have commented on how impressive she has been. The way she carries the ball, the way she shoots, the way she sets up her teammates. So the moxie of Avani Prakash plays out on paper as well. 1 shot, 2 touches in the opposition box, and 4 final third entries. 1 chance created, plenty more to come in the second half, I reckon. to go. Join us in a few moments for the last 45 in this match. Check. Sunny day in Adelaide to kick off the new year in the Ninja A-League for round 11. We're still goalless, but there's not been much that's dull about this contest. Fans here at Cooper Stadium cooling down. Man on the left refusing to use the wooden spoon, and I think that's probably reflective of the feeling in Adelaide right now. They are second from the bottom of the ladder, but they are emphatically going to try not to get the wooden spoon this year. Adelaide fans turning out in force for what is a beautiful afternoon to watch some football. So far, they've played like a side with expectation on them. They've been measured, they've been patient, and they've been in control for long stretches of the opening half. Under pressure in red, they have really pulled out all the stops and have played with discipline and energy, and through the last moments of that first half, they had a lot of the momentum. These two young players, Coco DeCipio and Peter Trimmis, have been impressive though for the other team. Central Coast Mariners third on the ladder, looking to go into second if they get 3 points here today. The defending champions with a new look side want to establish themselves again as dominant in the Ninja A-League. So nothing has separated them in the first 45. The scoreboard tells the story, 0-0. It is goalless, it is tight. It is balanced here in Adelaide. Adelaide Grove against her former team has been clutch, as has Ilona Malag between the sticks at the other end. Clean sheets for both goalkeepers. 3 points on the mind of the captain, Taryn King. So no substitutes have been made at the half. Both teams will go back out with their starting lineup. And the question for both is simple: who can take the risk? Who finds the moment, and who can turn the momentum into goals? 45 minutes to decide. So Emily Condon kicks us off as Adelaide United go up against the Central Coast Mariners, defending champions in Adelaide. Trying to find 3 points that might help lever the Adelaide Reds from the bottom of the table and send them into the middle of the mix. They were outstanding last year in a record-breaking season. They made finals, but they have been unsuccessful so far in re-establishing that this year. With a new coach and a few new players, they have all the pieces on paper, Adelaide. They have struggled to make the connections until last week, which was a win 5-2. That's the momentum they bring in as Adriana Taranto takes a run inside. Flipped away by Mariners' defence. Coco DeCipio holding her ankle on that occasion. Might have copped a stinger. Erin Healy keeps her footing and keeps possession to shoot. And that's within her range. Oh, wow! Well done. Collected. A team goal. Condon, Dorba. And Adelaide break through first. I think every Mariners player thought this was over the goal line at the back. It was collected instead by Dorba and sent backwards and past the keeper for the first goal of this match. All set up by that strike, Erin Healy. Well within range usually. First save good, second save couldn't be stopped. A great team goal for Condon and Dorba. Collecting after the ball stayed in play, and what a way to start things off here at home for the second half. Condon taps it in. The Adelaide Reds on their feet, the fans getting louder. Against the run of play and a lot of the momentum, Adelaide finally capitalise on an opportunity. Mariners had plenty of chances through the first half, popping it in behind the defence of Adelaide. It's been their goalkeeper that has kept them in it, Ilona Malag, 17-year-old between the sticks, keeping the clean sheet so far. Here's Dorba again. Dorba trying to set up Condon for a repeat of the previous goal. She's offside. Bauman tipped over and a yellow card shown to Taranto, Nell Taranto. In fact, looks like Adriana Taranto. A little hold seen by the referee. First yellow card of this match. King finds Bauman, who can't corral it. Tolan goes long. And now Gomez spinning on the ball. It's sent out of danger by Taryn King. Looks like she is limping. She actually put her hand up to call the bench on the way through. Clipped the bottom of the boot of Chelsea Dorber on the way through that kick. And those do sting when you get the studs in the soft part of the top of the boot. Can really hurt. Peter Trimis on the right wing. Hops it over the top, was looking for Krasula, and it's sent out of danger by Erin Healy. Martin. Prakash and Martin. 1-2 duo, and that goes over the back on top of the netting. There's Alona Malag, who had her first opportunity last week. And has been waiting for that opportunity for some time. 17-year-old now gets 2 in a row. After the big win, coach said he was going to keep her on. Here's Coco DeCipio from distance. Flying ball over the top. Can't bring it down in time, just leant back a little. There's the aggression of Coco DeCipio. That's why she is such an electric player to watch. Always hunting goals. Prakash with Taranto on her back. Has to be strong. Can't win the battle. Taranto shows her experience. But Gomez is there to help out. And Trimis immediately starts her run. She's so pacey. Trimis, Peter Trimis into the box and loses her possession over the back line. Look at the acceleration, though, on Trimis. Immediately wants to go, sees space ahead and wants to take it. Such a threatening player. A mistake she knows she's made there with the handling. Krasula. Now to you. Captain Taryn King being corralled backwards by the strikers of the Adelaide Reds. Oh, a soft touch allows Taranto to run on, and now they can try to attack the goal for a second time. The Reds on the attack. Hodgson putting pressure on Martin. Rasmussen. Trimis. That's a lovely ball in behind Erin Healy, but she has long legs. She's going to use them to get to it first. Towers over Avani Prakash. A real advantage. Of course, Prakash doesn't need a lot of space to make herself known in the midfield, can work through tight spaces. That's why she has been so impressive. Here's Toland. Healy runs into Prakash. Lost her footing, may have received a friendly shove in the back on the way through by Krasula. There's a discussion being had with Adelaide players, and it looks like it was accidental by Krasula. As Healy may have even tripped a little there with the momentum. She looks okay. So 9 fouls by Adelaide, Central Coast Mariners 5. They win another one here, and it's in a dangerous spot for Adelaide's defence. Lona Malag going to be tested once more. A 17-year-old who is making a name for herself in just 2 games. Here's Prakash, a ball from distance, and it's straight to the gloves of Malag. Handled with confidence. Clever run out of defence by Ella Tonkin. Now Taranto to the right wing. Well, the Mariners have only won 1 game when they have conceded first this season. They have lost 3 times when they have been the first to concede. That doesn't bode well for the second half. And you'd think they'd want to get things started early and even it up very quickly. Adelaide still choosing to attack down the left-hand third. As that ball is sent out of danger by Malag. Izzy Gomez coming at rocket pace. Here's the build-up. Ball in behind. Gomez could get onto it, but Malag was first to it.
Yeah, go back, get one. Oh.
Bauman trying to work her team out of a jam. They will get a throw in and a little bit of breathing room here. Still working in tight spaces. Now Adelaide get a throw in. A real tangle here between Gomez and Taranto. And the referee does reach into her pocket. Yellow card awarded. By the looks of things, Gomez had a hand on both players' shirts. She has 4 yellow cards already this season. This is her 5th. She leads the team in yellow cards. Izzy Gomez. A gritty player, and that is sometimes a side effect of being very aggressive. But here come the Adelaide Reds. Speaking of aggression, Condon trying to beat Gomez. Taranto tripped over, not before she released the ball backwards. Now Dorba, Healy, got to beat one defender. Healy tips it behind, and it's tipped backwards out of danger by Annalie Grove. Healy's had a couple of chances now, one-on-one with the keeper. That's as good as they get when you're under pressure from 2 defensive players. Almost edges it past, but does win a corner, the second for her team today. Condon swerves it in. Headed up into the danger zone. Healy can run onto it. She'll send it back. Taranto teed it up, but couldn't get the power on it. Defenders in the way. Taranto to Healy now. Healy crossing. Chested away. Second attempt, no good. Zoyce tried to collect at the back and couldn't get it on target. Substitute being made here. Hughes will come on for Coco DeCipio. And a great shift by Isabella Coco DeCipio. Meanwhile, Hodgson will come on for Healy at the front. So there's confirmation of those substitutes. Blake Hughes comes on for the Mariners, trying to spark something. Tremor's still trying to put pressure on the keeper there. Frizula stops her run to turn, and Martin sends it inside for Trimmers. Martin held back. There's been a few holds, and this will earn a yellow card for Annabelle Martin. A lot of grabbing at the shirt today. That one nearly ripping the arm off. So a yellow card for Hodgson of Adelaide. Emily Hodgson, who scored her first goal last week of the season in that thriller against the Wanderers. A free kick now for Annabelle Martin. To even things up here in Adelaide, Martin. Sent backwards, thrown back in, and nearly through the legs of the keeper. And there's a clash too. First, Gomez got a header on it. It nearly nutmegged Melag, and Few ran straight into her. Here's another look, it rebounded out. Gomez was in the spot. It went under the leg of Matilda McNamara. I'm not sure why she didn't want to take it. And then ran into the goalkeeper, did Baxter Thew. That can earn you a card. It will. A yellow card given. Gee, that's a fortunate save by Malag, who has played outstandingly so far. She keeps the score at 1-0. Baxter Thew gets a yellow card. Good opportunity for the goalkeeper to take a little break. She's been doing a power of work between the sticks. Has been training really well, was given the opportunity last week, was ready, and is clearly ready for this matchup. Blake Hughes with her first touches since coming on as a substitute. 19 years old. Mariners defender playing here in the midfield. Here's Taranto. McNamara, great step inside to beat Trimis. Prazula intercepts. Gomez sees a teammate, it's Rasmussen. And that was called offside late, but it did seem a clear offside. Well, there is a look at it, and I might have to correct myself here because almost looks very much in line with the defenders. Rasmussen timed her run to perfection on the second look. It's almost like the referees think that that's too easy for her, but you know that a single step from Rasmussen could get her ahead of the defence. Unlucky there. Mariners robbed of an opportunity. Blake Hughes is going to try and set up another, but not that way. Here's Hughes again. Needling through tight spaces, can't keep control. Bauman goes to the dirt and wins a free kick there. Tew under pressure, sends it out wide. Martin. Taryn King eyes off the field, looking for her striker, Rasmussen. She sends it back to Prakash. Now Bauman, what can she make here? Well, stepped in front. Did Ella Tonkin. Nice run and collect. As Hodgson gets her touches in after coming off the bench. Long-time Adelaide Reds player, Hodgson. One of the stars of this club for so long, Isabel Hodgson. Not related to Emily Hodgson, by the way, there. She just gets tangled up with Avani Prakash. Difficult light here from some angles for the players, looking back into the sun with half of the field covered in shadow. Backwards to the keeper, under pressure from Trimis. Both teams trying to build up from the back. Gomez is going to interrupt. Now Rasmussen trying to find Gomez. Rasmussen strikes and sends it sailing out. It clipped a red shirt on the way through, though. She's looking more and more dangerous by the minute, Annalise Rasmussen. So this will be a corner kick for the Mariners. Have been unable to convert so far. Nearly 70 minutes gone. On paper, they should be the favourites, and they would really want to even things up here. Martin. High cross, and again, sailing over the top. That's happened a few times down the end of the pitch this side. Wind collecting it a little bit on the way through, potentially. He's not happy with that either, Martin. Holds herself to really high standards. So the Mariners want to build up again. Martin loses her footing. And that's lost in behind for Trimis to collect. Reds want to get back in numbers. Trimis Fancy footwork, turned it around, and Ilona Malak is there. She's got the footwork, Trimis. Just couldn't really finish there. Here's a look at how many passes have been made. Both these teams, very high accuracy and a lot of passes. They usually like to attack through counter-attacks, and that has not been the case today. They've changed things up tremendously. And it seems to be working for Adelaide, who are in the lead. It's been a really tight and even battle, though. Mel Taranto, such a gritty player, such a powerful addition to the midfield for Adelaide United. Finds herself on the deck more often than other players, but also wins a lot of ball. They send it forward for Hodgson. Emily Hodgson for Adelaide, looking for the second. Dorba goes backwards. Mel Taranto. Hodgson. Trying to set things up patiently. Here's Taranto, who can send it back in. Condon. And the second attempt, no good. Flying over the crossbar. Well, a really good look at it here. Taranto got it behind her player. McNamara could not thread it goalward. Very close. Another run at the other side for Trimis. She can't keep it in. So another substitute being made here. Vani Prakash, who has put in an incredible shift, will come off. Tamar Levin comes on. Mariners looking to spark something. Can Tamar Levin be that spark plug? Another youngster, 21-year-old who came across from Brisbane Roar, and another young Matilda. This Central Coast Mariners outfit is full of them. Shots at goal through the first half were really in favour of the Mariners, but it has turned, as you can see, in the second half. Adelaide with the one goal and more shots at goal. You need to create opportunities if you're going to get goals. That's important. Mariners being suffocated by Adelaide defence in the second half. Gomez chips it over a player. Can't control it. Zoyce can. Now Taranto. Lovely turn, always with her eyes up. Taranto finds Dorba. King gets to it first. Corey Babington on his feet directing traffic. Time is of the essence now or shortly. 73 minutes past, and a lot of the juice and the gas being sucked out of the Mariners' attack so far in this second half. Taranto flips it around the player, but it's to the gloves of Annalie Grove, who can set up an attack from the back. Martin keeps it in. Sends it inside for Levin. Her first touch is off the bench. And it's straight to the feet of Taranto. And Levin doubles down on her mistake, giving away a free kick by legging Paige Zoyce. So Zoyce gets up. She looks to be okay, walking with a little bit of a limp that should be able to shake off that stinger. Tamar Levin coming in hot. That's what they need, the Mariners. They don't want to give away frees, but they certainly need to play aggressively. And Levin this time tangled up with Taranto. She wins a free. Dorber goes backwards to go forwards. Zoyce. Here's Taranto. Threads it between two players. Can't connect with her own. Here's Tew, setting up an attack for the Mariners. That's too hot to handle. Ilona Malag is going to take her time on the ball here. A little friendly juke from Annalise Rasmussen forces her hand. We can see the plan of attack from Rasmussen now. She's going to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Any mistake's going to be pounced upon. Here's Levin. Header no good. Hodgson. Taranto popped over the top. Dorber sent back to Taranto. Lovely 1-2. Taranto makes a curving line through the defence and finds the back calf of Taryn King. This little 1-2, very nice by the Adelaide Reds. Taranto runs a line that is really difficult to defend, but sent that ball too early. King was always there. So another corner kick for Adelaide. An opportunity to double down on the lead. Here it is. Into the sun at Cooper Stadium. Players with sun in their eyes. Get it away for the Mariners. Tremis. She gives it away. Condon. Paige Zoyce. Chipped inside by Dorber. Almost did the splits play Hughes. Almost a dangerous position for groin injuries. Well, here's a moment all the fans have been waiting for. Fiona Worts will come on. Emily Condon earns a rest. And Fiona Worts, the leader in goals for the team last season, 11 goals, steps out onto the park in a situation where they need her most. She has no goals yet this season and would love to break the drought today. Hughes gets over the top of Hodgson, finds Bauman. Bauman curls it straight to the feet of the defence. Few to the right wing for Tremis to run onto and show her pace. Tremis holds on to it, nutmegs the defender, but nobody home for the Mariners. And once again, Ilona Malag is going to take every second off the clock that she can. Booming kick out from defence. from Adelaide's goalkeeper. Mariners get a handle on it. Hughes can't control it. Hughes with some fancy footwork to get behind one. Toland just says, you're not coming in here. And now a lot of frustration for Zoe Toland, who thought she would have been taking this throw in. She won't. Instead has got to reset and get back. A big moment here for the Mariners. 10 minutes to go in regulation time. Annabelle Martin stepping up to take a corner. From the right foot, Martin headed away. A great defensive move by Matilda McNamara. Well, Adelaide Reds have stood tall on every corner occasion. Mariners have struggled to convert. Gomez somehow keeping it in and trying to force another corner. Corners have not been a specialty for the Central Coast Mariners all season. They've only scored from 12% of them. Adelaide, on the other hand, score 1 in 4 set pieces, 25% conversion rate. The ball drops at the feet of the strikers. And the Mariners still cannot get it towards goal. Scrambling defence fueled by the Cooper Stadium crowd here for a doubleheader of women's and men's A-League football. Adelaide still in the lead. Under 10 to go. Dangerous ball, hoofed away. Zoe Toland involved yet again. Big throw in for the Mariners, an important catch for Ilona Meleg. She gets there with 2 hands, that's safe as houses. Here's Fiona Worts, they need to get her involved, Adelaide. They're going to double down on their lead. Rasmussen, Trimis, struggling to get out in space. A real tangle again, Taranto involved. Mariners get the free kick. After a little confusion, it's taken. Setting up Levin. Bauman, opportunity for Rasmussen to take it on the chest. Can't control it. Here's Fiona Worts. Just over 5 to go. Martin, eyes off the defence, looking for a way through. Looking for a way to even things up here in the final moments. Bauman. Still taking their time with the setup, the Mariners. Baxter Tew. Trots forward, then sends it to Trimis anyway. Brazola gets in behind Worts. King out wide to Bauman. Bauman lofts one forward. Levin was there, too fast. Crisula goes backwards. Now Gomez, weaving. Now Martin with some power. But not the precision they need. It's a great strike. Unfortunately, to the wrong corner. Alona Malag had that corner covered. Well covered. As we take a look at Taranto receiving some attention from the team physio. Adriana Taranto looks like she just lost her footing on the way through. An opportunity for a drink anyway. Take a little more time in this important defensive stand for Adelaide United. Corey Babington uses the opportunity to talk to his team. Theo Siunas just happy to sit back, whereas Babington having a meeting of the minds. So, with 5 minutes left, Adriana Taranto takes a spell. She'll be okay in a second. And it looks like the Mariners want to bring on Millie Farrow, who is their English superstar striker. Came across from Perth from last season. Had massive impact in the West. She's not been utilised very often to start here for the Mariners. Was dealing with an injury early in the season, so missed a couple of games. She's the kind of impact player that could be very useful in these final minutes. Taranto for Adelaide. They want to put the foot down. Taranto. Now Worts. Fiona Worts. Looking for a first goal of the season. The second for Adelaide today. And the dagger that would pierce the hearts of Mariners fans today. Hughes trying to stop that from happening. Hughes takes a run. Great footwork. Interrupted. Important stop by Paige Zoyce, but Hughes won't give up. Hughes fakes, goes inside. Got to beat Toland now. Hughes gets across and Malag dives on it. Gets a clap on the back on the way through by her teammate Ella Tonkin. Blake Hughes was determined to make something happen. No one running in on time for that cross. Fiona Worts finds herself on the floor. She tangled up with Lorena Bauman. Referee almost giving away a card, not quite. She gives a warning. And Millie Farrow will come on. So she takes the place of Baxter Hugh. But she will go into the front line. Millie Farrow, she's a striker, pure, and knows how to win games. Certainly so much experience internationally. Played with Chelsea Academy since the age of 15. An English Women's Super League champion and FA Cup winner over there. Has the killer instinct. Does Millie Farrow? Can she make it happen today for the Mariners? Headed away. Blake Hughes determined to defend. Babington directing troops. Throw in by Toland. Rising for the header too early at the back by Chelsea Dorber. So Annalie Grove wants to go quickly. Martin receives the message. She starts the run. Interrupted by Taranto. Worts. Rasmussen steals it. Striker on striker battle. Kazula sends it left. Here's Hughes. Hughes forward for Levin. Levin to corral it in. She can't. Just couldn't control it on the bounce. Well, a perfect touch through by Farrow ended up at the feet of Levin, but bouncing. There will be 5 minutes of injury time added to the 90. 5 minutes left for Millie Farrow to make some impact. And for the Mariners to claw back a point. Adelaide, can they hold on? Can they deliver the upset? Works, she's gonna try. Out on her own. Waits for reinforcements. Oh, Martin gets the steal and gets the free as well. What an experienced player. What a tackle. Holds her ground and just sticks out the right boot. And then accidentally legged on the way through by Taranto. But it is the earlier moment that is the headline. What a player. The Mariners still in it. 4 minutes left. Gomez rising, can't get ahead to it. And that's booted out by Adelaide. Here comes Blake Hughes to send it back in. Now, where are their strikers? Where is Millie Farrow? Where is Gomez? And where is Rasmussen? She patted her head. She wants the header. Rasmussen tangled up. Hughes. Missed by the first line of defence. Sent away by Zeus. It's back in danger. Crisula through traffic. Ilona Meleg says, no, you aren't coming in behind me. She's done everything today, Ilona Meleg. Stopping these powerful strikers from getting behind her. Mariners want to play fast. The urgency increasing. 3 minutes left. Adelaide send it back. A lot of territory to cover now. Annalie Grove out of the box to help out King. Into the sun for Martin. Now Taranto. Stopped by Martin once more. Levin turning. Farrow, her first touches. Now Trimmis chipping over. Well, get it right back. Important foot in by Emily Hodgson. Forces the retreat for the Mariners. And Hodgson just receives a gift back to her feet. Taranto. Stolen by Gomez. Gomez loses her footing and a big whistle. Yellow card shown to Chelsea Dorber, who can't believe it. It did look a little soft. Not too sure about that for a yellow card. Chelsea Dorber certainly doesn't agree with the decision. Well, this is a really dangerous spot, middle of the field. Just outside the box. Time ticking down. It's a big moment for both teams. Look at Ilona Meleg, 17 years old, directing her team in defence. How's the leadership from the youngster? Important kick by Tamar Levin. Levin launches way over the top. It goes sailing behind the goal. She wanted it to come down, it didn't. The wind has been sending balls long all day at this end of the park. She hangs her head. That could be a final opportunity for the Mariners. Just a few moments left. You can see the wind even on the hair of Prasula, the way it's been carrying the ball over the top there at this end of the park. So Mariners, maybe a final last stab at the attack. Barrow has a touch. Hughes gets it outside. It's prodded back inside for Rasmussen. And who else is there but Melag? She's been all over it today, Ilona Melag. Sends a sky ball into the middle of the park. Play on, says the referee. A few moments left, probably one final attack. The Adelaide fans ready for their standing ovation if Adelaide United can hang on. Their women's side, downtrodden but not defeated. Adelaide United deliver a statement at home. What a win for the home side. Disciplined, determined and decisive when it mattered most. A clean sheet for the 17-year-old Ilona Melag. They've been written off time and again, the Adelaide Reds. This time they back up last week's breakthrough with another performance. They are full of belief in 2026. Organised on the ball, confident, and the only teams to score today. Adelaide United take the 3 points at home. They take the win 1-0 over the Central Coast Mariners. Well, here are the biggest moments of the match. That was a tight contest with a lot of momentum going the way of the Central Coast Mariners. The visitors early on, they had their chances. They just couldn't send them home. And they were well-worked chances.